Hey guys, this is Z64Dan. Just doing this Deku Tree walkthrough here. So this first room, there's really not a lot going on, but you can kill these little Deku Babas, and depending on their current animation state, you'll get a different item. So if you kill them when they're attacking you, you get the Deku Nut, and if you kill them when they're kind of like straight up and down, like that picture, you'll get the Deku Stick. So, just depending on what you need. I don't hardly ever use Deku Nuts, but the Deku Sticks are definitely useful for all these torch puzzles in this dungeon. So this first chest right here is going to be the map. And obviously you don't even need to grab this if you don't want it. This level's pretty straightforward. We're not going to climb these vines yet, though. We got to go get the Slingshot so we can actually kill those spiders. And yeah, she explains how doors work, and then you can come in here, hold your shield up. Usually it's like the R button. And you can reflect his little nut there and kind of knock him out. And then you just walk up close enough to him and he'll let you pass. So you can either be like me and just jump off here without touching that platform and go get the slingshot. If you don't touch the platform, then you don't even need to shoot the ladder here, but I'm going to show you how to shoot it anyway. You can also climb up this little set of vines and grab a heart if you have heart issues. So yeah, you can shoot that ladder right now if you want to, and it'll drop the ladder, or you can be cool like me and just skip it. Because you didn't already knock down that platform. But like I said, I go back in here and kind of do that anyway, just to cover all my bases. You just shoot that ladder, knock it down. And we're going to go back and shoot all those little spiders. So there's 3 spiders. The bottom ones you can kind of, Z-target with. But I just go ahead and shoot these next 2 manually. And make sure you pick up, if they drop any loot, like this one dropped those, Deku seeds. So that'll be the slingshot ammo. And then I just kind of speed up the video here because it's not that exciting watching someone climb vines. These guys, these big Skulltula enemies, you can either shoot them or just hit them with your sword, but you gotta wait till they turn around. Unless you can just target them from the back. Like I could probably shoot that one that's up there right now if I wanted to. But you don't have to go to this next room. It just has a Skultulla and a compass. So those aren't really necessary to, beat the dungeon. But if you want to, just kind of do one section at a time. So I got the compass first. Just kind of across the way there. And I slice this guy up for a Deku stick. And then you got to go, start the timer again. See, I couldn't kill this guy right here. I go start the timer again to get that Skulltula over there if you want that. And the Skulltulas are nice. If you get enough of them, you can unlock a bigger wallet and stuff like that. It's not really required to beat the game, but there's some pretty cool stuff you can get with it. And I think this one's just a heart. So probably should have waited on that. Then you gotta get your Deku stick out and light this torch so you can actually get out of here. And then at this point, I'm gonna kill another one of these guys and then just kind of line yourself up here nicely so you can actually jump down into the middle there. That's where you gotta land. You don't have to land right on the center, but you can't be too far on the edge and, definitely not on the actual floor itself. You got to land right on that web. And in this room, there's 2 Skulltulas you can grab. So the first one is kind of right next to where you land. That one's pretty easy. You just, shoot him a couple times. Climb up there and grab it. And the second one is a little bit harder. The second one, you do have to jump, kind of right towards it, and to make it easier, I also do a sword jump attack, so just press the sword button while you're in the air. That'll make you go just a little bit further. Might make it a little bit easier to grab that. And you can see this lights this torch and burns the web, kind of gives you a clue about what to do next. So you can just go ahead and light that, and then you're going to run over to that web over on the other side. So make sure you jump into the shallow part here, or else it'll put your Deku stick out. And with these Deku sticks, if you actually put them back in your inventory soon enough, then they won't burn out. So you can, you don't have to waste them when you're lighting stuff on fire. And this guy will give you the kind of order to beat his brothers in later to get to the boss room. So yeah, you just kind of shoot this little eye, open that door. And with this, she explains how to dive. So you just kind of dive down here, press a little button, and then you just have to kind of climb back up and go on that platform. And you can see the timing is pretty forgiving because it was all the way over there and I missed it. And I was still able to make it. So you can see there's plenty of time there. Killing out of these Skulltula guys, and she teaches you all about pushing blocks. You just stand next to it, hold the action button, and grab onto it and start pushing. In this next room, just a couple enemies, and then you can light those torches on fire. And again, if you put your Deku stick up quick enough, then you can not waste it, which is pretty nice. And this next room, it's got one of these spiders and then a few guys on the ceiling. And I tried to shoot them ahead of time, but it wouldn't let me. So you just got to wait for them to fall. You can kind of see their shadows, and that's kind of where they're going to fall. You can shoot these guys with your slingshot, or you can just do it with your sword. You're going to save your slingshot ammo for the boss. And there is one more Skulltula in this room. It'll be the last Skulltula for this dungeon, but you can't get to it until you get the bombs. So you just have to come back later. Kind of a bummer. But yeah, you just light this web over here, then you can climb through and get back to that main room. And then in this room, you just need to burn this web on the floor, so you have to push the block over to that torch down there. Then you can, jump across, light your stick, jump back across. And you should have plenty of time. Just quickly do a little roll here, and then you can fall down. Whee! And then, if you remember the order, it's 2, 3, 1. So, middle one first. Try not to get hit by these guys, but they do drop hearts. And I think I kind of zoomed out here so I could see the order better for a screenshot. And then, you just have to run up to that guy, and he will go back in his little hole if you're not careful. So he teaches you how to beat the boss, which is to, you guessed it, shoot it with a slingshot and then hit it with your sword. So yeah, you can kind of lock onto it with your Z targeting, and then just give her a good slice, and you should only have to do it 2 or 3 times if you hit her enough times with your sword. Kind of hard to hit her eye when she's on the ceiling. You usually have to wait for it to be red because she'll kind of close it. There you go. And I think I only needed to do it 2 times, and I was able to beat her. Not a terrible boss. Pretty good for a first boss. And be sure to grab your heart container on the way out. And I think that's pretty much it for this walkthrough for the Deku Tree. So I'm just going to let this video play out, and you can kind of see kind of the post-dungeon story and, listen to the Deku Tree talk and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a nice day and enjoy the rest of this video. You can see kind of the story there. And I'll see you guys in the next video.